to the 8th grade class, 2015. Had 3 great years with you guys. Sad to see you go. That's funny. Anyway, I've really, I've got lots of good memories from you guys. 2 that stick out from this year. One is from both classes. I got the Barbie bungee and the Barbie zip line. And, I borrowed these Barbies from my daughters, brought them to school, and I was a little bit concerned of the well-being of these Barbies. I was entrusted of them by my daughters to bring them home the way I had them. And, had a couple students like Eric, Jonah, Noah, who else was, I had a little bit concerned about the safety of these Barbies, but we had a great time. Braden, I know that Braden was actually really good with the Barbie. A little bit strange there, but second memory I have is I took some 8th graders down to Portland to the food carts. And anytime you're in downtown Portland, you're up for some kind of surprise. And so I'm sitting there eating my lunch, visiting with a couple students. I remember Anakin was sitting there with me, Elizabeth, Jonah, Andre was somewhere, Tyler was there too with me. And this gentleman comes up to start to talk to me, and he was going on and on and on. And I looked over at Anakin like, come on, save me. You got to help me out here. Let's divert this conversation. And Elizabeth took off. Jonah's laughing over here. Andre, I don't know what he was doing. But they kind of left me alone with this guy, listening to this guy. But we had some great memories down there. I know that you guys will never forget those. I won't. I appreciate you guys. I love this class. You guys have been awesome. Great year, and blessings in the next years to come.
Well, here we are at the end of the school year. We're going to have to say goodbye to some great 8th graders, and I just have to say your whole class is really dear to me because you're the first class that I've had all the way through 6th, 7th, and 8th. So I feel like I've gotten a chance to really get to know you well. A couple of real standouts. I am thinking about Garrett Hurt as opposed to Garrett when he was a 6th grader, which was crazy. It was like envision the pinball bouncing off the walls, to Garrett in 7th grade teaching everybody the Indian song from the Ken Burns documentary so they could sing it in the hall all day. And now this year, Garrett just seems to have really settled in, grown into his own, kind of figured out the whole academic thing, and it's just been really fun to watch his growth. And Tiffany, I think I've given you a character award every single year because you are such an impressive young lady. I can't tell you how impressed I was even flipping through the DC scrapbooks and seeing how pretty much every girl on that trip thinks of you as their best friend. Along those same lines, Katie Martin, I really do enjoy your sense of humor, especially, which is pretty dry, and also your sense of absurdity. You and Garrett and Tiffany all share this looking at me like, we know exactly how you feel, Mrs. Blair, when things get nuts. Samantha Longchamp is another one of those great girls that I've watched over these 3 years. I'll never forget the expression on your face with the first test that we had this year and you got a 4. And it was so cool. I just enjoyed and experienced your celebration with you. Just watching how you can really achieve when you put your mind to it has been wonderful. With all of the students, it's been so great to see how supportive you are of each other and what friends you've made, and I know you're going to carry those friendships on and on way into the future, and God will continue to bless you as you march into high school and take it by storm.
I've appreciated our year, and especially some standout things that I can remember. Jacob, I don't know if you know that my goal every day when I came in was to make you smile, and just to see you kind of go, that little bit of a smile. And I knew that I'm not a funny person, but I knew it was funny if you would smile just a little. Still waiting for that spontaneous science discussion that I know you're going to have with me, but I'll miss you. And Karsten, you are so positive in my class. You come bebopping in, it doesn't matter what's going on. You see the positive side of everything, and you know what? We need a little good news like that. So it was great. Lauren, my nemesis. Lauren, you were not my nemesis, but I can think we kind of acted like you were my nemesis, and we were always arguing about something, but we're always on the same side. So I'm gonna miss that banter, and someone, I don't know who's gonna replace you. I think maybe you're irreplaceable. Betty Spaghetti. Betty Spaghetti. People don't know that, but Betty came to stay with me for a couple weeks, and Betty likes spaghetti. And Betty, I've seen you grow in 2 years. You know, you're learning English so much better too. And Elizabeth, you can count on me like 1, 2, 3, la la la. That's all I know. That is a constant loop going through my head. I loved that song, and I loved your voice. You have a tremendous talent, and I've appreciated seeing it over the last 3 years. You're just going to go places. Guys, all of you, I just want to remind you more than anything to do things that you've never done and be the person that God wants you to be and take chances. And I look forward to you coming back and telling us what's going on in your life. So.
Oh, so many things to say about all these kids. Love you guys, gonna miss you guys, but I do have a few students who kind of stand out. Andre Connor, you're hilarious. Every day that you come into PE, you come and ask me, what are we doing today? What are we doing today? Soccer? Soccer? Yeah, well, I know you guys are both gonna do awesome in soccer, so. Laura, awesome job of really coming into Cornerstone and working on your confidence. And I appreciate how lately you've really taken the initiative to catch the football, and you go girl, because football's not just for boys. Eric, what can I say? I love your little smile, how you come in and you pretend that I don't see if you're going to get a football and kind of hiding in it, and then you're like, who, what, me? And the posse, Jonah, Jeremy, Jacob, and of course Micah, all the bundles of energy. And hey Walker, what's up Mrs. Gaston? Gonna miss ya.
So hard to say goodbye to everybody. We've really become close friends, and as well as teacher and student. And I'll never forget Aiden's contribution. The class was making autobiographical videos, and I remember he brought his in, and it was just gorgeous. But the part I remember most is the whole class just awing together, you know, in unison, as we watched him as a toddler trying to say the word truck. It was darling. And then how can I forget my tech team, Connor and Cole and Josiah and Andre, and really far more than that. But every time I would kind of explode at the smart board or couldn't find my way around a website, they would be so at my service, and I loved it. One day I remember early on hearing this dinging sound and asking the class, what is that dinging? And Cole just raises his hand and says, Mrs. Castle, that's your iPhone. I'd just gotten this iPhone, and of course that sound was familiar to everyone but me. These guys have been so tender-hearted toward me.
My best impersonation of one of my students is of Noah B. when he misses something and I stop the whole band to correct him or to help him through a note. He's playing clarinet, and he stops the band and he looks at me in sheer terror. So anyway, thanks Noah B for a great year.
Congratulations, 8th graders. It's been a long, great ride with you. Many of you have known since kindergarten and 1st grade, and it's just wonderful to see how you guys have grown and progressed through the school. Best of luck to you in high school. May the Lord be with you guys always, and especially you, Cole, for keeping me on my toes with our technology. I appreciate the challenge. Bye, guys.
There are so many things that I'm going to miss about this 8th grade class. I'm going to miss greeting Anakin in the morning and telling him habitually to take off his hat. I'm going to miss having deep conversations with Kadriana and Grayson and Allie and Maria about life and God and eyeliner. I'm going to miss making Jonah Smith laugh. In fact, it's so easy. All I have to do is look at him and say, Jonah! And he just cracks up. I'm just going to miss so many things about these students. Just the interaction I have every morning with Josiah Thulin. What a great group of kids. I'm going to miss you guys. I'm very proud of you, and it was an honor to be your principal.